Good morning to my esteemed colleagues and the regular and ex-officio members of the Justice Committee. Today, we will take up the determination of the sufficiency in substance of the impeachment complaint filed by Attorney Andre R. De Jesus, the De Jesus impeachment complaint against President Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr. Yesterday, February 2, the committee found the De Jesus impeachment complaint to be sufficient in form by the affirmative votes of 47 members with 1 negative vote and 1 abstention, as well as the Maza et al. Impeachment complaint to be sufficient in form by the affirmative vote of 35 members, 8 negative and 1 abstention. After yesterday's meeting, the Secretariat verified the votes cast by the members on the sufficiency in form of the De Jesus impeachment complaint and the Maza et al. Impeachment complaint using official video of the House of Representatives media. The above figures were arrived at after double-checking the voting, and it was determined to be correct number of votes cast. The rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings provides that the Committee on Justice should first determine whether an impeachment complaint is sufficient in form. Thereafter, upon a finding that the impeachment complaint is sufficient in form, the committee shall proceed to determine if the impeachment complaint is sufficient in substance. During yesterday's meeting, I have already stated the relevant provisions of the Constitution as well as the rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings of the House of Representatives. In order to refresh our memories, let me stress, however, the relevant provision for the determination of the sufficiency in substance of an impeachment complaint. Section 5 of the rules. The requirement of substance is met if there is a recital of facts constituting the offense charge and determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. If the committee finds the complaint is not sufficient in substance, it shall dismiss the complaint and shall submit its report to the plenary. Significantly, the Constitution requires us to do more than listen to accusations. It requires us to examine the substance of the allegations themselves, to ask whether they constitute an impeachable offense under Article 11 of the Philippine Constitution. Sufficiency in substance is not about whether allegations are loudly made, repeatedly asserted, passionately believed, or politically resonant. It is about whether the complaints allege ultimate facts, not mere conclusions, whether they show a personal, culpable act or omission by the impeachable official, and whether those acts, as pleaded, amount to culpable violation of the Constitution, treason, bribery, graft and corruption, other high crimes, or betrayal of public trust, as the Constitution strictly enumerates. The Supreme Court has been clear. While impeachment is political in character, it is not free from constitutional limits. In Francisco versus House of Representatives, the court emphasized that impeachment must still conform to the constitutional standards. In Gonzales III, the court warned against equating errors of judgment or policy disagreements, especially where good faith may be inferred, with betrayal of public trust. This committee must therefore be guided by a crucial distinction. Not every alleged irregularity in government is impeachable. Not every claim of corruption automatically implicates the official. And not every disagreement with the exercise of discretion rises to the level of a grave abuse of constitutional power. With that, esteemed colleagues, let me reiterate the ground rules. 1, may 39 na miyembro ang ating komite. Ang quorum ay 1/5. Ibig sabihin, 8 miyembro ng komite ang kailangan to establish a quorum. 2, ex officio members, speaker, deputy speakers, majority and minority leaders and deputies, as well as the chairperson of the Committee on Accounts, ay kasama sa bilang may boses at may boto. 3, kung mayroong miyembro na may gustong sabihin, makipag-ugnayan lang sa committee secretary. To our members who wishes to make a manifestation after the position of our endorsers, please approach our committee secretary upang maisama kayo sa listahan. Salita ng pagsasalita ng miyembro ng minorya, mayorya, at may 5 minuto ang bawat gustong magsalita. Sisikapin natin na unahin ang miyembro ng minorya at susundan ng miyembro ng mayorya sa kanilang pahayag. 5, kung mayroong lalabis sa 5 minuto, pagbibigyan natin sila on the second or succeeding rounds. I added one more thing. Please wait to be recognized by the chairperson before you speak. For an orderly proceeding today, we hope that the following ground rules will be observed by all the members.